Alright guys, this is Jughead82. This is going to be like a quick review, hopefully. It's my second time doing a video, so yeah. But is it good or is it bad? WWE 2K15. I've seen a lot of reviews, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes, because I was wanting to fucking kick this game ass, and I did one review, and I was kind of kicking it just a little bit, but I wasn't being too harsh on it. All I can say is with this game is it's still the feel of the other games. There's a couple of things people kick down because they talk about the graphics, they talk about this, they talk about that. Let's get up. Go. And I'm going to kind of briefly go into it. Like I said, I don't want this to be a long ass review. Luke Harper. Now, I'm going to say this first of all about the game. It's cool that they have different artists and stuff with their music and so forth in the game. But WWE's done this before. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. There are a bunch of games that have done this, WWE games that have done this, so it's not a big leap to get artists on the game. More importantly, people complain about the graphics. Personally, it does have, it doesn't look nothing, of course, like next gen because that's next gen. So you're not going to have to jump their bones too much about it being too hyper in. I've seen a couple of things with the lighting that kind of will throw the game off a little bit. But for the most part, if you've played the other WWE games, it's pretty much the same. So, you know, it's just like a couple of things they've inked up a little bit more on this game when it comes to the crowd and so forth. But I think it's pretty good. Fandango. Let's see the wide entrance. Oh, look. I like that they actually put the wide actual entrance. Some people say it would have been cool if it was like CG with the entrance and doing like. Another thing you'll notice from this game, and I thought I was just seeing it in the videos on YouTube, is the delay. What I mean by that, it's like a delay on moves. Like if you go for a body slam, as soon as you hit them to the ground, it makes the noise like after they've already been on the ground for a sec. It's like a millimeter of a second off. If you don't really pay too much attention to it, it won't get to you. But it does kind of hamper the gameplay a little bit because you want the moves to be very impactful. And from previous games, it kind of doesn't do that. But I like this entrance. It's cool as hell. Seeing the Wyatts walk to the ring. And believe it or not, the entrances are, like I said, they're well put together. Like, with just doing this part of the entrance, it looks very, very nice. Once the lights go off and it comes back on, you actually kind of see that it's a little bit light, as you will see. It's, as you can see, it's kind of like a morphing. But this is, of course, the in-game graphics system anyway. But as you can see, they're coming to the ring and doing everything. But let's just go and get to the gameplay. Like I said, it's not this year like a review, but from what I've seen, and this is not actually my game, it's someone else's game, but I really wanted to get a little feel for it because I've actually not ordered this game, and it's not a knock at the game. I've gotten 2K14, pre-ordered it because of the simple fact that the roster on this game is very limited, and also I wanted to play 2K14 because of the legends, the amount of legends that are on that game, and also the 30 years of WrestleMania. I think it's more lengthier than the showcase mode they have on here. Like I say, I'm not digging this game anywhere as hard as most of the people I've seen that have critiqued the last gen version of this game. I feel they did what they could do. They were focused more on the next gen consoles because, of course, it's next gen. Like I say, there's another thing on here that kind of bugged me at first until I kind of started to kind of somewhat get the hang of it, and that's the reversal system. It seems like when you hit a reversal button to reverse, it doesn't do what it just do it for me. And what I mean by that is kind of like you think you have it timed perfectly, but you have to kind of like minutiously button mash just to get that reversal in sync. But all in all, like I said, if you've played WWE games before, you should kind of fall right back in. Because, of course, this game's gameplay elements are pretty much the same. Now, if you play, of course, the next-gen version, you know they have a new mechanics as it relates to kind of like a neck-and-neck Greco-Roman style of wrestling. Well, kind of like a, you know, a mini game, if you will. And, of course, they did that back in the day with the SmackDown vs. Raw games with, like, the strength and so forth. But it's a nice little touch to change it up a little bit. But like I said, overall, I feel the graphics are pretty decent. The roster is really short. That's one reason why, like I said. I mean, they have a bunch of slots, but most of those slots are like retro Triple H and retro CM Punk and stuff. And I really felt that those slots could have been used for other wrestlers that are in the WWE or other legends. I know they have packs coming out like the WCW pack and so forth. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really want to get a chance to get the 2K14 version. I'm not kicking this game for what it is. I might still get it if it later on if it goes down in price. But once again, that's more of a critique on my part. But for anybody that likes to the current roster, I love the current roster. I would love to play as Braid Wyatt and all of them on 2K14, but you know I can create them. And another thing, like I said, on this game, custom music and all that, it kind of kills it too a little bit. But yeah, just so you guys know a little bit about the game. I didn't want this video to go farther than 8 minutes. But yeah, I would say if you would like to play this game, give it a try. I mean, you might like it. Personally, I'm just going to get 2K14 because I feel it's a bigger roster and a little bit more different. And plus, that's pretty much my critique of the game. But yeah, this is Jugget82 signing off. Hope you guys have a good one.